my friends, my Vessel of Hopesters, and welcome to Vessel of Hope. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. And for those of you that are watching in a different country, good morning to you or good evening to you. But we are so thankful for you all to be watching with us. Thank you for joining us once more at Vessel of Hope. I'm here to bring you what we call it, your Tuesday joy, your Tuesday goodness, your Tuesday upliftment. Thank you all so much. And I want you to do something to me. Please, 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 please. I need you to go ahead and I need you to like it there on YouTube. I need you to subscribe. You know what I find interesting? This is what I find interesting. That I'll check and I'll see that there's like 35 people watching and I got like 2 likes. Why you do me like that though? Why you do me like that? Why you do me like that? 35 of y'all watching, I got 2 likes. Come on now. Come on, help me out. So go ahead and click the like button there. As Prophet Loretta like to go ahead and put that forward and be like, y'all would like this, like and share. So go ahead on YouTube and like, and I need you to subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, I need you to love it. I need you to love. I need you to share. I need you to go ahead and follow Vessel of Hope as well. Share it on your page. Share it on your wall. Let people know that we are on, right? Right, Sister Bassett? Yes, we are on. And we thank you all so much for joining us today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, boy, let me tell you. Some days are different than others. You know what I'm saying? Some days are different than others. It's spring. So you know what spring brings? Spring brings allergies. And I was telling Pastor this morning, I want to just take my nose off and put it somewhere else. But I'm glad to have each and every one of you here. We're going to have a good time today. We're going to have a wonderful time. We're gonna talk, right? We're gonna conversate, me and you, with family, right? Right, Sister Diaz? We're gonna talk today, right, Prophet Sharice? We're gonna be together because we're family, right? So here, it's one thing that I've learned in life, right? Is that sometimes you don't have to always react. You don't have to always react. Sometimes it's just best to just let things go. But sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you have to speak up. But you must know when it's the right time to speak up, or the right time to be quiet, or even the right time to just give any kind of response. Why? So today, I want to talk to you briefly, real quickly, and we're moving in and out, right? I want to talk to you on picking your battles wisely. Picking your battles wisely. We could sing a song, picking your battles wisely. Yeah, picking your battles wisely, right? So today I have two advice for you. So last week we gave some principles before we gave tools, but today I just want to give you some advice on picking your battles wisely, right? How to pick your battles. I'm trying to say wisely, but it sounds the same wisely, right? So picking your battle wisely, okay? Right. The first thing we need to think about, right? The first advice I have to you need to think about is, what would it benefit? In picking your battles wisely, what would it benefit? And this is something that I always have to tell myself, like, oh, Marcelle, do you want to react to this? I don't know. Do you? Marcelle, what would it benefit you if you reacted to this person? What would it benefit you if you said something? What would benefit you if you go into this conversation or into this debate or into this battle in a certain way? So that's one of the advice I want to give to you. Think about it. What would it benefit you? When you pick the wrong battles, usually in the end, the benefit is never good. It's never good. When you're picking the wrong battle, it's never good. You're usually never going to come out with anything great about this. The only thing you're going to come out with is more frustration, more annoyance, and more angry when you're picking the wrong battles, right? So you have to think, is this something I want to go into? Is this something I want to have a debate about? I want to argue about? Should I go into this? So you end up more frustrated, more angry, and more annoyed. And what? And now there become a blockage in you, right? They become a blockage there because it's a battle that you wasn't even supposed to entertain or to interact with or to even try to fight, right? So the first thing we have to realize is, what would it benefit me? What would it benefit me if I was to go tell that person about themselves? As we like to say, my mother used to say back in the days that, when the elder folks had arguments, they would fight. They would verbally fight and tell people how their mama made them, how their mama, how their grandmother made their mama, how their great great grandmother made their great grandmother, and just go on. I mean, that's some serious thing, But in the end, what did it benefit them? It just benefit them more anger and so forth. And again, for those of you who know me, first of all, let me just say this before I make that statement. My name, Marcelle, the meaning of Marcelle is warlike, right? Are those who are strong in battle. That's the meaning of my name. Honest to God. Check it out and see. Warlike, right? So if you know me, or if you knew me from back in the days when I was young, I was a fighter. I still am a fighter. Listen, I'm a Peter. I will pick up a sword and I will chop somebody. I'm like, Jesus, please put that ears back on. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did it. I have to contain myself sometimes. I apologize to each and every one of you for it's coming in and out. That's not us. It's the system we're using. They're having their own problems right now. But let's move on. Don't be distracted. You can still hear my voice, right? So my name is Warlike. So I like to fight. I used to love to fight. I fought all the way elementary school. I'll follow you home. One time, my mother loved to tell this story. When I was a little girl, I was probably like 6 years old in Guyana, and someone was messing with me, and I went to the person's house, beat them, their cousin, threw them in the trench. And my brother Mervin, who's before me, he left and ran home instead of him trying to help me out. But I didn't need your help. I will fight an army of people by myself, and I win this battle. And I beat all of these people up. Went home, and my mother came. She's like, "Oh my God, girl, you always fighting." So I understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about battles and fighting. So again, my name is Warlike. So I like to fight. But there's some battles that you just have to think about. What will it benefit me? What will I benefit in this battle? So what is a battle? A battle is a fight or a struggle. It's usually between two groups. So again, a battle is a fight or it's a struggle, right, Professor Loretta? It's a fight or it's a struggle. Professor Loretta, it's not a warlock. It's warlike. I'm not a warlock. Professor Loretta, you see that lollipop I was going to give you? I'm taking it away from you. I'm taking it away from you. I can see you. I see you in the spirit what you're writing about me. It's warlike. So a battle, we have fun here, right? Because we conversate, we talking. Somebody probably like, what did Pastor Marcelle do today? I literally only drank 2 cups of tea, regular English tea, with sugar, some milk, and I put some cinnamon inside. That's all I drank, 2 cups of tea. So it's nothing serious, and some water, of course. So anyway, so a battle is a fight or a struggle, usually between two groups, right? So this is not to say that you cannot fight against yourself, because I know a lot of us do that, especially for those who are believers in Christ. You do that. You fight against yourself. So there's 3 kind of battles that you do. You fight against you, yourself, and against the will of God, right? That is one battle all in itself, right? You fight against you, yourself, and the will of God, right? This is a combination of battles between the flesh and the spirit. And how do I know that? Because Paul himself talks about it. Thank you so much, Sister Bridget. I appreciate you. And Paul himself talks about this here. He talks about this here when he says this in Romans 7. I'm going to read the entire thing, scripture 15 to 19. That's Romans 7, 15 to 19. Paul says it this way. The best way he says it when you're dealing with battling you, yourself, and the will of God. But basically, this is him talking about you and yourself. He says this here, Romans 7, 15 to 19, in battling with yourself. It says, "For that which I do I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that do I. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that is good. Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good things. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that is which is good I find not. For the good that I would I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do." Man, that is a mouthful. But no one understands the battle between yourself more than Paul, as we can say. We know Joseph, and he having that battle there, but it was between him and Potiphar. What he did, he ran, he fled. But Paul is saying, I understand that the battle between me, myself, my flesh, it's a strong one, because the good that I would, I find it hard to do. I try to run from Y'all already know why I'm laughing because in everyday life, you see the battle between you and yourself. Simple as driving in the streets of New York. You want to tell somebody off. You know how many times someone has given me the bird? For those who don't know what the bird is, the middle finger, while we're driving. Because I'm always like, just put your blinkers on, man. So there's so many times that you battle between yourself to yell at somebody, to bring, and especially summertime is coming out, so it's going to be worse now here in New York. You know, so you battle between yourself. Should I say something to that person? And what should I say if I say something to that person? And then the main thing is, should I allow myself to come out of character for that person? I'm going to tell you all a true story. A true story right now, right? We have a driveway, right? Apostle's probably laughing right now. She probably laughing with annoyance because she got annoyed with it too. We have this driveway, right? And you know, we have two cars. Apostle have her Jeep, I have my car. So we back into our driveway, right? To come in. So both of our cars can fit nicely. We come all the way in the back and fit hers on this side, mine on that side. So we back in. But for some reason, our neighbor, who lives like 3 houses down, he likes to park right here across the street at our driveway. So this is him, and this is our driveway. So he wants to park here. So when I have to back in, I have to move this way. So his car is you know, it's just giving me a little annoyance to back in to my driveway. So here, I had an incident with him a while back. I pulled up the same time he pulled up. And this was a day that, y'all, let me tell you, I was having a day. I was coming from somewhere. But I had on my army jacket. I'm not an army, I'm an army of the Lord. But I had on my army jacket. Perhaps you already know this hat I'm talking about. I had on that black hat because it was cold day. I had on that black, like it covers your ears and claps out in the back. Yeah, and I had on like an army boots, so I was ready. And I had on my jean skirt, y'all. And I was looking, let me tell you, I was looking thug that day. So I pull up to back up the same time, and he pulls up. And mind you, let me just preface this. There's a whole lot of other place he can park. He can park in front of his house, right? He can park in front of the next neighbor's house. But he want to park right in front of my driveway. Or he can even back up a little bit so it'll be easy for me to drive in. I know some of y'all is like, oh, my neighbor do the same thing. So listen here, let's go on. Let's go on. So he's parking here. He's parking and I see him lining up right opposite my driveway. But all he have to do is back up there so I can get into my driveway. So he parks up right there. So I come. So here's what I do. I come, right? This is me. This is what I'm talking about. The battle between you and yourself. And the good that you want to do, as Paul said, the good that I do not. Y'all, ooh, Father, thank you. So here he is. So I come and I'm going this way and I see him like lining up right in front of my driveway. And I said, you know what? I don't have it today. Today is not the day he messed with me. So I go and I open up my garage, open up the gate to come into the driveway, and he's just staring. And I'm looking at him. So what I do, I back up in and I pull up straight to his car, right to his driver's side, my car, right there, this much away from touching his car, and I stare at him. I stare at him, and he's looking straight ahead, right, straight ahead. And he just like glancing and look back because I'm staring at him to let him know that you're doing this too often and I feel like you're doing this deliberately. Mm-hmm. So then I back in. So I zoom up again, straight to his car again, and I stop this much again. And I stare at him. And he looks this way. Now he's scared because remember, I'm looking like real thug. I have my army jacket on, I got my hat on, and I'm like, I have a vexed face on me, right? So I look at him and looks at him and looks away. And then this is the Caucasian man. So now I'm seeing his face is getting red because now he's kind of scared. Because you're encountering me for the first time because you're doing too much. So anyway, so I back away, and he comes out and he grabs his stuff and I can tell that he's scared. I know that he's scared now. So he moves away. So anyway, so I go in, I think they close my gate and whatever. So then the next day, now he doesn't park on my driveway. You know where he parks? He parks on this side. Why? Because I had an encounter with him like, hey, you don't do that. You know, don't. So then I said, okay, so talking about battles. So I willed myself to do that to prove a point. So now let's go on like a whole month pass. Not even a month. Let's go to 2 weeks. I'm giving him 2 weeks grace. 2 weeks. I'm going to get on where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I won't take my time. We hurry up.
Take your time.
So about 2 weeks happened now, right? And here he comes again. Parks right back on my drive. I said, boy, this man don't learn. So now here I go again. The battle between me and myself. Marcelle, what should you do? Like, should you write this guy a note and say, it's okay for you to park there, but can you just move away a little bit? Don't park directly in front of the driveway. Just go like right there. I just need you right here. So it made easy for me to go into the driveway. But don't go right here. So I said, okay. So then I said, I'm not even gonna say nothing. So one day I went out, and then I'm out, coming home. Long day. I think this is a long day. So I come in, and again, the Lord so have it, I have my army jacket on. And I feel like there must be a spirit in this army jacket. Because when I got on this army jacket, it's like I'm ready for war. I'm ready to like, take somebody down. And Prophet Loretta, I had that hat on again, Prophet Loretta. Woo! I had that hat on again, Prophet Loretta. So I was ready. So I said, you know what? Okay, let me think. So I see. So he's parked there. So I open up the gate to back up. And I said, I don't have it today. You know what I did? Let me tell you. Apostle's laughing because the end result. Because I came in the house and I was telling her, I can't believe it. So you know what I did? The battle between me and myself. The battle between the good that I would and I did not. I'm going to confess my fault and my flaws before. That's what I said. Confess before you. So hopefully we can find forgiveness in what I did right here. Right? And you know what I did? I back up a little bit to the way to get into my driveway. And I go and I hit his car. And then I back up again and I go and I hit his car. I did it like 3 times. And then I came into the driveway. I closed our gate. I backed all the way up into my driveway, parked my car next to Apostle's car, and I came in the house and I felt the satisfaction of myself. I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong, but I'm saying this to let you understand that what will it benefit you? As Paul said, the good that I do. And at that point, I found no good because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, Prophet Sharice, you understand what I'm saying? Prophet Sharice, why you giving me a thumbs down for? Why you doing that to me? I just had it that day because I'm like, you need to learn your lesson. Because you're being rude, you're being mean, you're being disrespectful. Not because you only see these African American ladies here. Not to say that race is a club, but my brother feel like sorry, I'm racist, but I will leave that alone. But it's not to be a race thing, even though the majority of our community here, they're different race than we are. But it's not a race thing, but it's just common sense thing. And I just had it that day. So I hit his car like 3 times and I came in and I felt so satisfied within myself that I did that. And I picked to choose myself over him. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this crap no more. Not today. I done had it. And I said, you know what? I didn't even care if I scratched my car. I didn't even care because I need to feel vindication and vengeance for what he is doing because it is wrong. Just back your car up a little bit. And you guys can tell that I'm really passionate about it because I just feel it. Y'all pray for me. That's my prayer every day. Lord, help me to deal with this gentleman. So anyway, so again to say, the good that we would, sometimes we do it not. Because when I sit down and think about it, I said, why would I even pick that battle to hit his car? That was just pointless. I felt good in that moment. My flesh felt good that I hit his car 3 times. When I think about it, it still kind of feels good that I hit his car 3 times. Because he's still doing it. He's we've been living here for like 2 years and he's still doing it, But I said that to say, we have to pick our battles and say, what will it benefit me? Did that benefit? It benefit my flesh, as Paul said. It benefit that the good that I didn't do. All I have to do sometimes is bow my hand and be like, you know what? I mean, I can still get in my driveway. It's a little inconvenient for me to get in my driveway to pull into my house. But you know what? But what would it benefit me that every time I see him to hit his car? That'd be pointless. And then one day, peradventure, another neighbor sees that. They take a video. They give it to him. He calls the police. Who gonna get arrested? This black lady right here. And y'all gonna see Pastor Marcelle News arrested. Y'all ever saw Fear Thy Neighbor? Arrested for hitting her neighbors. You know what I'm saying? So our reaction to picking out battle can spiral out of control and can cause more things. So now when I see his car there, I don't say anything. I just drive in my driveway. I just maneuver my wheel as far back as I need to get in. But let me tell you something. When I see him, I still be looking at him mad thug. I'm like, I don't want to be your friend because you know what you're doing and you know this is irritating me. So anyway, so the good that we would, we do not, right? So we have to pick our battles, right? How will this benefit me? As Paul said, right? I know y'all getting a laugh about it. Oh my God, Pastor Marcelle, Emily, yes, I'm telling you. Warlike is my name. And I'm always ready for a fight, y'all. I'll say this again.
Shando.
I'm always ready for a fight. And this is why I have to stay in the spirit 95% of the time. Because I'm always ready to retaliate. But this is one thing I've learned. Let me just say this as a side note. This is one thing I've learned about myself, right? Because my first reaction is always to use my fist, right? All the while growing up. Again, I told you that I think I told you all this before. I was paid to be bodyguard in elementary school to this guy named Fred. He would pay me at the end of the week because I was his bodyguard. No one could have touched him. No one could have bullied him because I fight for him. I fight for Fred because he give me $5 at the end of the week. Yo, I was a hustler. You see? So my whole being as growing up is my first reaction is to fight, right? Is to physically fight. But as I grew and as I got saved, right? As I knew the Lord, I had to realize, what battle should I pick? How will me reacting to this really benefit me? And again, I said this in the beginning, right, Sister Bassett? We talked about this in the beginning. Some battles, there's no benefit. You come out more annoyed, more angry. So some battles, you really just need to leave it alone. So pick your battles. Be careful how you pick your battle, because what? While you're battling between you, yourself, and the will of God. As believers of Christ, you battle between you, yourself, and believers of God. So pick that battle. Look, who was battling with the will of God? No, Jonah. We know Jonah so well. As he's battling with the will of God, the Lord said to him, I want you to go to Nineveh. Jonah's like, no, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna catch me a plane. I'm gonna catch me a boat to Joppa to go to Tarsus to go to Joppa. He just want to go wherever he want to go, anywhere but Nineveh. Why? Because he was running from the will of God. So he chose to fight that battle with God. Y'all, let me tell y'all, if y'all fight a battle with God, guarantee you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. So we have to see, what will it benefit me? The battle between me, myself, and a battle of the will of God. So put aside the battle, put aside these battles between you, yourself, and God's will. The other battle that you face will be life's battle. As you face them every day. You face life battle every day. Sometimes for individuals who suffer with depression, right? That's a life battle every day. Should I get out of this bed? And now spring is coming. Now the sun is coming in quicker. Listen, I have sun blackout curtains in my room because I don't play with the sun. I ain't about that life. As a pastor said the other day, I like my room. My sister-in-law love my room, right? Because she says it's warm and cozy. Yes, I have. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. It's warm and cozy. When I go in there, I like to pull my blinds. I don't want no sun coming in because the atmosphere, the aura is already cozy and relaxing. So I need no help. But for those people who their room is just dark. I mean, dark in so many ways that when they're laying down, the battle that they pick, their life battle is, should I get out of this bed? Right, Sister Camille? Should I come out of this bed? Should I go about my day? And then when you do, you're like, oh my God, it's a burden. It's a constant battle for you. So there's a lot of different battles that individual or human beings have to face. But what we have to say to ourselves, we have to assess these battles and ask ourselves again, is it worth it? Is it worth me really putting forth an effort to fight this? Is it worth really me stepping into this war ground, into this battlefield? Is it worth it? And only you know if it's worth it. Only you know what battles you should pick and you should choose. Like sometimes you hear someone to say a smart comment to you. Oh, well, something I don't like is disrespect. I mean, I tell you, I don't care who you are. I just don't like disrespect. I feel like all elderly individuals should be respected, no matter how they look, speak, whatever. And I feel like those that are in authority should be respected. I will never talk disrespectfully to an older person, to someone in authority, whether it be a pastor, an apostle, to even whether it be a doctor, a lawyer, a judge, even a police officer. Anyone that's in authority, I don't disrespect them, and I don't like that. So sometimes when individuals come at me in a certain way, right? In a certain way, especially, not just coming at me at Marcelle, but when they come at me as Pastor Marcelle, oh Lord, let me tell y'all, I be like, and I go to Apostle like, now this person says something to me. So I weighed out with her, right, Deaconess Felita? I weighed out with her. This person said X, Y, Z. I want to respond as ABC, but I feel the Spirit of the Lord saying to me, don't respond to ABC. respond with Jesus. And half of the time, I have to take a while. I have to assess the response that I'm going to make, and I have to say, you know what? It's not even worth it sometimes. And then I'll come back and be like, praise the Lord, or something really calm or thing. And again, if those of you who know me, I do the stop think process method a lot. And this is why I do this, because again, I'm naturally a fighter. I am naturally a warrior. So I use the stop think process method in my life so that I wouldn't break somebody's nose. You know, oh, Pastor Marcelle, you just being a little too much for us today. I know, but the only way that I can help you is share my own life experience while talking about this battle, right? So we have to be careful, and be careful of how we choose our battles and how will it benefit us. Stop think process. Use that. I say it a lot. Use that. It helps us, because what I like to do, if someone really get under my skin or I'm annoyed, I just step away from it. I process it, and I'm like, okay, how can I react to this? How can I respond to this? What should I say to this? So that when I go back to the response, my response is respectful and it's thorough, right? You ever had an argument with somebody when I was little, and you have an argument with somebody, but then again, when I was little, I didn't really like to argue much. I just want to fight it out. But remember back in the days, Sister Diaz, because you're from the streets of New York, back in the days, they didn't do a lot of this. Let's fight it out, and then we cool, and we're done. But now people shooting and stuff, we don't do that. But back in the days, let's fight it out and let's leave it alone. But you ever been in an argument with someone, and you said X, Y, Z, then when you're finished, and you sit back here like, oh man, I should have said this too. Oh, and I forgot to mention that. Oh, and I forgot to bring that up. Oh, and I forgot to do that. This is why I stop in process, right? So that I can assess what I want to say, think thoroughly about what I want to say, and make sure what I'm saying to you is articulated correctly, and that I say it thoroughly and with everything I want to say in a respectful way, depending on who the person is again and how I want to say it. So again, we have to watch our battle. How will it benefit us? And the next thing, final thing I want to say to you on picking your battles wisely is you have to know what you are fighting. And I think a lot of believers or Christians, we tend to forget this part a lot. You have to know what you are fighting. What are you fighting? What are you fighting? Don't compare your battle to someone else's battle. Don't do that. Don't compare your battle to someone else's battle. Watch. Because Mary is fighting to pay her bill. That's her battle. She battling to get some money. She got to pay the bill. She trying to keep her light on. She trying to keep her car. She just trying to live day to day, right? And while Patsy is fighting to keep her marriage together. She trying to make sure that she keep her husband satisfied. She's trying to make sure she keep her house clean. She want to make sure everything's contented so that she can keep her marriage together. What? While Paul, like me, is fighting with his neighbor, hitting his car 3 times. So there's 3 different battles. And if Paul was to take the tool for Mary to fight his physical battle, it wouldn't work for him, because his battle is different from Mary's battle. And so many times we try to compare our battle with our neighbor's battle. It's not going to work, because your neighbor is fighting something totally different. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? I mean, I'm talking to you. Answer me, right, Private Streets? That makes sense to you, right, Sister Diaz? Does that make sense? Because we cannot put ourselves and say like, oh, like if your friend is like, oh, you know what, this man is giving me so much problem with it, and I don't understand. I just want to punch his face and knock him. And your kids over there is bringing hell and high water to your house, and your friend is talking about her husband. Her problem is a different problem than your problem. Her solution for her husband will be a different solution for your kids. So we have to make sure that we know what we are fighting. What are we fighting? Right? Right? I'm talking to you, right? Come on. Thank you, Sister Diaz. Right. What are we fighting? While your battle is totally different, and you're trying to use the method of everyone else's to solve yours, when it will not work, because your battles are not the same. Look at this. Easy scripture, we all know it, we say it many, many times. Ephesians 6:12, right? Ephesians 6:12 tells us this, right? Ephesians 6:12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. What does that say? Sometimes it's not the person that you need to fight. Sometimes it's just that spirit. I don't need to fight my neighbor. I need to fight the spirit in him that don't like me. That keep bugging in front of my driveway. You know? So sometimes it's not the person. Sometimes it really is the person. Sometimes the people just nasty. Let me just say that. I don't understand sometimes how you come in contact, you interacting with someone, right? Evangelist sons, you interacting with someone and you're like, oh, why is this person so mean? Why are they so mean? Why are they not a nice person? And some people are just naturally mean. Some people are just naturally rude. Some people are just naturally just nasty. But if you're a nice person and you interact with someone, it's like you expect, hey, if I'm talking to you nice, I expect you to talk to me nice. But if you're a nice person and someone come at you a certain way, you're like, you know what, nah, you know what, that's not that person. That's just that spirit, that demon, as I didn't say, inside them, that's just riling up that they may not like my nice spirit. They may not like that I'm having a good day today. They may not like that I'm saying, how are you? Every time no matter the conversation I have, I'm calling a company or something, I'm like, hi, how are you doing today? I always ask someone how they're doing. I stop at McDonald's drive-thru. Hey, welcome to McDonald's. May I take you over? Hi, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Simple things like that. You start off nice. But if you come barking at me now, that warlike, as my name is gonna come on a little bit, So I always start off nice. So again, what are you fighting? But Paul says, hey, sometimes we are just fighting principalities and powers. We're just fighting spiritual wickedness in high places. Not to say that when you come in contact with people that are nasty, that it's a spirit. Sometimes that's just that person. Again, that's just that person's attitude. That's just that person's personality. Like I have a cousin. Sorry, we're going back again. We come back. I have a particular cousin. She's very passive aggressive. She's very like in your face. She's very like, ugh. And she gets like that. And when I interact with her, like true story, real quick and in a hurry, right? Apostle was talking to her the other day, whatever. She's like, oh, what are you doing? She's like, oh, well, we have to get back home because we have to do X, Y, Z. And she was like, why do you have to leave so quick? You don't work. But watch, that's not a spirit. That's just her personality. And Apostle looked at me and Apostle's like, I could have said something, but she's like, I know who I'm talking to. I know that's just how she is. And a lot of people automatically think that because you do church work, it didn't work. Listen, y'all come sit in my house. You sit in this seat for about 5 minutes. You're going to be like, I can't. I just can't do it no more. So her response was, why you rushing? You don't work. So Apostle's response was to just leave that alone because that's just her. She just have a strong personality and she's always nitpicking and negative about things. And it's not the spirit, it's just her. So sometimes you need to know when to react to people and when not to react and what battle are you fighting. Who are you fighting with? Are you arguing with that person? Or are you arguing with that spirit? And don't argue with no spirit. Save yourself. Don't argue with a spirit. Mm-hmm. Pray that spirit out. Because you argue with that spirit, you're going to be going in circles. You know what happens? It's going to be exhausting. That's like sometimes when I deal with people with mental issues or illness, it's exhausting. I told Pastor, I said, this person's just exhausting. Every time it's just an exhausting. No matter if they just said hello, that hello is exhausting. It's not funny. But seriously, it's just exhausting because that mental illness in that person brings out something in me that I'm just like, oh my God, you're like you're pulling all the life out of me. So what I choose to do, I choose to take some time, stop, think, process a little bit before I react to that person, before I respond to that person, because what? They will take you down a spiral effect and you'll keep going, and you're fighting a battle that you don't need to because you're fighting a mental illness. Right? So we have to be careful with this, with what our battle is, right? Right, Sister Glover? We have to be careful with knowing who are we fighting, what are we really fighting for. Again, Paul tells us we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, against power, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. Because sometimes you're trying to, oh Lord, I need to pray for my husband. I don't understand his attitude. He always mad. No, don't pray like that. Lord, that spirit that's in my husband, that's making him be annoyed all the time, that's making him angry all the time, pray against that anger spirit, right? Not the person. So again, understand the battle. Understand what you are fighting, right? Right? Everybody with me? Right? Right, I'm sorry, this light is in my face, so when I look down, look up, it's hard to see, right? Right, Prophetess Patricia Williams? Yes, so we have to be careful, know about it. So sometimes it's really not the person, it's just the things that we have to understand who we are fighting. This is how sometimes you can misplace your battles with others, because because if Mary is going through, surely I am going through the same thing Mary's going through. And this is what Prophet Loretta, I hope your mom's not listening, but I'm going to share your story, right? Like Prophet Loretta say, her mom get on the phone, and she's talking, and if she's talking to somebody, the person said, oh, my neck hurt. Oh, and they going on, and her mom was fine, right? As soon as Prophet Loretta's mother get off the phone, oh, Retta, my neck hurt. My neck hurt. Y'all, Mother P does the same thing. She does the same thing. She'll be on the phone with somebody, and the person, and Mother P talks on the speaker. So I know this what this person said. She'll be on the phone with somebody, and the person said, oh girl, my back hurt me. My back been hurt me for the last 3 days, and so on and so. Soon as I pick it up the phone and I pass by, oh God, Marcelle, my back. But your back wasn't hurting you 5 minutes before you got on the phone with your cousin. Now you're on the phone with your cousin who back hurt, now your back hurting. You know? Yeah. So Mother P's battle is not the same as a cousin. But then she's picking up her cousin's battle and put it on herself. We can't do that. That also goes with the environment that we're in. You can be surrounded by someone so much that all of a sudden you feel like what they're going through, you're going through. No, you're not. You all right. You going through what they're going through. We still talking. That's all right. We still talking. We back again. You're not going through what they're going through. It's what they're saying getting into you. So you have to be careful of how you fight battles and who you're around while they're fighting their battle, because they can suck you into that battle. All of a sudden you're fighting a battle you don't need to fight, right? Okay. As we hasten to a close. I'm sorry, I've been here too long. I'm going to tell y'all about the crab story next week. We can't talk about it right now. The next story, we talk about it.
Go on.
I'm about to say, go on. Yo! We got our crabs. You know, Mondays, I go to the supermarket. We got the crab pops already. Got to get it fresh, right? We got it fresh, right? I know you're laughing about the Bob story. Hope she ain't here. If she is, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mommy Loretta done. So we got our crab shop. I'm a crab yesterday. I'm like, I bust in the house, and I'm like, ooh! And I got extra crab this time too. And I'm like, ooh! And I tell the pastor's like, we're gonna bust this crab tomorrow. You know, Tuesday's crab day. You know what the pastor said to me? The pastor came down. Apostle, can I say? Apostle came down. Apostle's like, I see her drinking tea. I'm like, wait, drinking tea kind of late. It's like 3 o'clock, 2:30. Why are you drinking tea? It's 3 o'clock. And she's like, you know what? We got back on. Stop at the color. I know where we get back on. Apostle gets back. She tells me, she's like, you know what? The Lord told me that I have to that He's put me on a 3-day fast. I said, dang. I literally said it just like that. Dang, God did you dirty. Ooh, I can't believe He did that to you. And Tuesday is our crab day. You know that's how we do. We eat crab, Mother P eat whatever leftovers she have in the fridge, because she said she ate crab so much when she was younger. She tired of crab. She don't eat crab no more. So I was like, oh man, we were gonna hook that crab up today, because you guys know Tuesday's crab day. So I have the crab. I had to put it in the freezer and say, you know what? We'll save this for next week crab. We'll save it for Pastor's birthday on Monday. We'll do crab on Monday. I'm like, oh man, oh. But anyway, so that's a battle Pastor got to fight by herself. She on her own. I said the Lord spoke to you, not to me. Don't even come this way, Jesus. Okay? I'm not playing with you, Jesus. That's a battle me you're gonna fight. This 3 days not working for me. It's my battle. So anyway, so let's hasten to a close. Y'all got me sweating over here. Okay, so remember, some battles you just don't need to respond to. Know who you're fighting. Why? Some battles you don't need to respond to. Why? Because Exodus 14:14 says it this way. As we're coming down to the close. Exodus 14:14 says it this way. And we know this, I'm reading from the Amplified Bible. Right? The Amplified Bible is Exodus 14:14. We understand this is the children of Israel and Moses, and they're getting ready to leave the part of the Red Sea, and all Pharaoh's behind them, and they getting ready, and they get nervous. But here's what Moses comes out and says in Exodus 14:14 Amplified Bible. He says, the Lord will fight for you while you only need to keep silent and remain calm. I'll read that again. The Lord will fight for you while you only need to keep silent and remain calm. So again, in choosing your battles wisely, some of them you really don't have to fight. Because why? Because the Lord will fight for you. So all you have to do is just stay calm. Right? This is why I use the stop think process, because that helps me to stay calm. So every day now, after I hit that man a couple times, when I come to the driveway and I see him, and I'm guaranteeing, look at the camera right now, outside camera, now his brother's there. He got a new someone else that parked there now, when he's not there. So what I do now, I say, you know what? God fight this battle for me. Because it's not even worth me fighting. Because this is going to be a consistent thing that's just going to make me annoyed, stress me, get me angry, get me frustrated, and I don't need that. So some battles you really just don't need to fight, right, Prophet Cerise? You need to say, you know what, Sister Bassett? I'm going to just leave that to God. I'm going to leave that to God. And when you leave it to God, you're choosing your battles wisely. And said, I can't fix this one, Jesus. I can't fight this one, Jesus. So I'm going to leave it alone. Now, if it was me back in my days, I'll fight any battles. Y'all hear? Real quick. Let me tell you a story real quick in a hurry, and then we're going to finish, right? I like telling stories, as you may know, right? When I was younger, I was in junior high, right? Junior high school, right? I went to Walt Whitman, Prophet Loretta, right next to Erasmus. Walt Whitman I went to, Walt Whitman Junior High School. I just came out of PS 207, right? And in PS 207, I already established myself there. I was a bodyguard. Fred used to pay me. He paid me all the way from 3rd grade to the 5th grade. He paid me to protect him. So I was doing good. I was hustling in that corner, right? So everybody already know, don't mess with Marcelle. So now we graduated going over to junior high. So now junior high, new territory, new people. So when you go into new territory, I got all these other kids coming from their school where they were bad. They were the known person that people shouldn't mess with. So now we had this girl. She was on the other side of the campus. I'm on this side of the campus. So I would hear snickers about her. People would say, oh, she bad. She was bad in her school, right? She was like number one in her. Imagine, could you believe that? We in junior high. And imagine, people tell her how bad it was in elementary school. And y'all, I got called to the principal office every single day. Poor Mother P, after a while my grandma said, just don't go up to the school. Just leave her there. Let them do whatever they want to do with her. When the pastor said that I was bad, like I was bad. So anyway, so in junior high, and we have now we have new territories. You have to mark our ground. People have to know how to respect you again, because you got to climb back up the ladder. So I'm hearing rumors about this girl around the corner that she in her section, that she was bad in her elementary school, and people don't mess with her. Same way I heard rumors about her, she heard rumors about me. Marcelle was bad in her elementary school, don't mess with her. So one day, word came from her crew to me. I didn't really have a posse, because I didn't need a posse, because I was bad all by myself. So word came from her crew to me, letting me know, she wants to fight me. Because she wants to set this slate straight. She wants everyone to know that she's the bad one now in 6th grade. So she needs to be respected. And again, I don't back down for a fight. So I said, all right, let's do it. After school, meet me outside, because Mother P says, don't fight in school, don't fight in class, because you're disrespecting the teacher, and she's going to tear my behind up, so I'm not allowed to fight in school. So I said, after school, outside, say the word, outside, we're going to fight, right? So the word was known. So the whole school knew, from 6th grade all the way to 8th grade. They knew. They know fights about to happen. Ooh, Marcelle's about to fight this girl. It's about to be serious. Ooh. So we come out of school, and my friends were walking, and I see her. So again, I love to fight, but I never threw the first punch, because I didn't like bullying. So I never threw the first punch. You hit me first. So when I go home and tell Mother P I was in a fight, I can say they hit me first. Right? So I wouldn't get a spanking from Mother P. But if I tell her I started the fight, so up, y'all gonna see me in the hospital split up. So I'm walking out, I'm waiting for her. So she's across the street, I'm over here, and literally the entire school is out, and they're walking behind us. And I'm waiting up, so I'm looking at her, I'm grilling at her, like, when you gonna come and hit me? Let's get this party started, let's fight this battle, let's do this. So we're walking, and we walk all the way home on my block, and she looks at me, and you know what she does? She comes and she shakes my hand. True story. She comes and she shakes my hand. And I shook her hand. And you know what that meant? This is squash. And you know what she said after that? You stay on your side, I stay on my side. So that's how we ruled 6th grade. She stayed on her side of the school. I stayed on my side of the school. Right? So we had a mutual understanding. Now listen, all the fights on this side belong to me. All the fights on that side belong to you. I wasn't allowed to go over to her side. She wasn't allowed to come over my side, because we established territories. And that's what we need to do with some people. Establish some territories. Listen, you know what? I don't need to fight you. You don't need to fight me. We just need to have some territory so that we don't have to go into a battle. And that's how we choose our battles wisely, right? We choose our battles wisely. So always remember this, right? If you don't remember anything else, remember this. What would it benefit you in this battle? And it's usually nothing. Remember that. And second thing, know what you are fighting for. Am I fighting against a flesh and blood? Am I fighting against this person? What do I want to establish out of this fight? Right? So remember though. So I thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope that something I said, even if it's a story, Prophet Loretta, watch him go upstairs, Mother P, and just to see, I'm like, I just got off the phone. This person said I had a headache. You know, my head off, you know. Y'all, this is my life. Every day, something like that with Mother P. Guaranteed every day. Every day. So anyway, so choose your battles wisely, right? Be wise in how you react, in how you respond. Rice is the basket. Be wise in that. Some of you just don't really need to respond to, right, Prophet Cherise? Right, Brother Perry? Oh, Sister Peggy, hello. Some you just have to be careful in how we pick our battles and choose our battles. Okay? So thank you all so much. Don't forget to like and share. And I want you guys to go ahead to hello. Pastor Ready, you cannot have a Pastor Crab, right? You cannot. We're going to have crab on Monday for her birthday. And Apostle said, I usually make a crab in a pot like this big and that big. Apostle said we need more crabs, so I might have to bust out Mother P Christmas pot where she cook a pepper pot in, and it's this big and this big for all the crabs you're going to do. So pick your battles wisely. So don't forget, I need you all to go ahead to www.hellomarcelsampson.com. I'm sorry I kept you all on late today. My apologies. Trying to get in and out. So don't forget to go to www.hellomarcelsampson.com. It's on the screen right there. So go on there. We got a new blog out. It talks about keep believing, and maybe some of the tools there will also help you as well. You know, when you're going through your own battle, believe in God, and how you have to maneuver through that. So keep believing. That's what the blog is about. So I need you to go ahead and read that and comment. Comment under those blogs. I read your comment. I respond to them. I love to see the comment. I love to hear the comment under the blog. Whether you have a question about it, whether you want to go on in a more articulate conversation about what I wrote, it's always good because what iron sharpeneth iron. I want to learn from you as much as I want you to learn from me. So go ahead. Hello Marcelle.com and read that blog. And I thank you all so much. I truly love you all. I told Apostle this the other day. The best part of my week is Tuesday, Best of Hope. That is the best part of my week. I look forward to it. You guys don't even know how I'm feeling right now in my body, but I'm excited to be here. I am excited to come and to just sit with you and talk with you and conversate with you. So I love you all. I appreciate you all. Let us pray, Lord. I thank you for your people. Thank you, mighty God, that they will choose their battles wisely, Lord. I thank you, Lord Jesus, that you will keep them, that you will help them, Lord. For anyone that's going through a battle right now and they're trying to figure out how to fight, let them understand that sometimes the weapon of their warfare is not carnal, but is mighty through the pulling down of the stronghold. I pray even now that you will touch them, keep them, and strengthen them until we meet again. And always give them joy. And let them be thankful for something today so that they can be grateful for it tomorrow. In Jesus' name, amen. Love and appreciate you all. See you all next week.